Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to this nonsense. This is new, right? We haven't had this in previous games. Not with the Allayi, not even in the earlier series, I think. What is up with Pink in this game and all the trash talk? It's almost like playing with another person. Hold on. Greatest Empire. Are they actually ahead on the score? I'm just curious. No, they're not even... They're second to last! They're behind us on every victory metric. Except for the ones where we're tied. Also, this is interesting, they lost their capital. What is going on? Really strange. Okay, anyway, we got a war. We got a war and we got a dilemma, which means we have an opportunity to learn something. Obviously, they're sending a lot of units to our capital to try to take it. They have 10 guys. I assume these guys have... Oh, they only have 4 move. And they're not... This army is not actually flying because they have a non-flyer. If it was just Necro-drones, like most flying units, are very fast. So, it's actually going to take a couple of turns for these guys to get into battle range. So we have to decide, do we want to divert our main army back down and almost certainly lose Freyheim? Just hand it right back to them, basically. Or do we want to try to hold Freyheim against a full garrison in this city plus 3 more units, plus whatever else is coming down from the north? And just leave our cluster of cities here to their own devices, which is not, crazy. There's a fair-sized garrison here. We have heroes with relatively modern weaponry. I think we're going to try holding all of the cities. We're going to leave our main army up by Freyheim. And if that doesn't work, I want to go back and try the other way. When we have a dilemma like this, it behooves us to test both strategies so that we know what's more effective. So, that in mind, I noticed that this guy could level up, but there's no indicator of that. That's strange. Oh, we completed the quest for the Bands of Merriment, but I don't want to equip them yet. Actually, the wine ran out. We may as well. It's not the cheapest thing, but let's go ahead and slap those on real quick. This guy... Does he need to be healed? What's his deal? No, we had to buy him back recently, that's right. So he's at full. Alright, so that puts us almost up to... we're gonna hit this. Almost up to Fervent. So it's gonna take a little while for them to strip the fortifications, and in that time we're gonna be able to build a couple more units. I assume they want to wait until they have this army in place. We have our Skyfin coming back. These guys need to just sit and heal. We do need another guy up here. This army is now not quite full and also pretty badly injured. They need some fresh blood. And of course we gotta get our settler up here. Do I know where I'm settling yet? I hadn't actually picked a tile. Let's make sure we have some idea. So, where are the anomalies? There are no anomalies on this island. Okay. Well, we can settle near the Moonleaf, one of the Moonleaf deposits, with the intention of building an intensifier. Usually, when there's no anomalies, you just want to settle close to the resources, because there's extra points of simple resources on luxury and strategic resource tiles. But in this case, we have this like awkward, crappy desert terrain that's kind of making this terrible, which means that we don't want to settle right between these two. We could settle here. It's kind of a low food spot and a low industry spot. It has a fair amount of dust, though. There's not really a lot of high food areas on this island, actually. Yeah, I guess over here somewhere makes sense. Here is not terrible. Here is okay. It's probably here. Alright, so you need to head in this direction. Unfortunately, not going to be able to settle that next turn. You just keep getting pearls. This is just Pink's gloating. Pink's weird gloating that doesn't really line up with reality. I have no idea what's going on with them. Alright, I guess... This is almost an army. Yeah, we have an army of guys in the garrison, plus almost an army worth of reinforcements here. We should be okay. All these other monks. Oh, we have the Skyfin was coming back to help us gather resources. So this deposit right here is probably safest. And obviously we need to get on this stuff as quickly as possible. I think we go for this before we get the smelting stations. We can make a couple of troops, some new weapons. We got 20 adamantine from a quest. And then also we have the Skyfin. I really want to pick up the expansion disapproval thing, because obviously... And also, we're about to found a new city, so it's about to be even more relevant, but I think we have to focus on winning this war first. We're not in a horrible, horrible place. I think founding the new city won't plunge us into unhappiness. It'll bring us down to content, probably. You should be okay. Let's pencil it in for third. 9 turns per tech is an unacceptably long time, but you can't do anything about it right now. Do I want to change these guys over to... I think I do want to do this for now. I just want to make sure that we get enough units out that we can defend ourselves. And, always important to be aware when you're playing Allayi, 12 turns until winter, and our units switch over into dark mode. They were trying to do a thing where it's like, oh, sometimes light mode and defensiveness is cool, and sometimes dark mode, but the problem is that there's no benefit really to being in light mode. Because being offensively viable is so much more important in all situations that dark mode is just better than light mode. So what is he doing? Why did he stopped sieging the city, but I don't know why. Also, we need to produce more units, which means we need to move some guys out of the city garrison. Let's move these 2 monks out, maybe? Move 1 monk out and try to see if I can sprint him over into this army without getting grabbed on the way. Okay, there we go. Now I can build another troop here. It's just going to be a seeker. Wait, are my seekers still base? They should be upgraded, shouldn't they? Did I not do that? I didn't do that. We'll just give them simple stuff, no strategics. But they need to be strong enough to actually contribute to battle. Okay, so how long does it take to build one of these? 3. Yeah, that's fine. It would be 262 to... You know what? This is totally worthwhile. Oh, wait. Do I have a monk in here? Let's not have the monk selected. Okay, it didn't matter. The monks are already... That's right. This game, I didn't do the resource switching on the main design. I created a second design. That's what I was concerned about, that I had done the resource switching on that design. So we probably want to do a triangle like this. There's no place to do a great one, but this is pretty good. It's a little clipped at the top because of the border, but it does give me the ability to build a dock eventually, which is something we really need. Goks are very important to Allayi because they're just free approval, which is something the Allayi always lack. Alright, 158 pearls. And which phase of the faction quest are we on? I have to go to Endiger and talk to some Hernos. Endiger has been claimed at this point, right? By Red, okay. Red has their borders closed to us, I'm pretty sure. So he's actually not marching on Freyheim at all, which I find a little surprising. Let's see if we can take his temperature a little bit as far as continuing the war. He is in the exhausted state. A truce isn't that far off, which is interesting. It's not something I'm going to negotiate for at this moment because, first of all, it would be too expensive, and secondly, I kind of feel like maybe we're actually winning the war. Should we just take this army, actually? You know what, let's go get him. The reinforcements are coming. No, they're never going to be weaker to us than they are right now. These foragers are not real units. The Necrodrones are pretty good. The Rumblers are pretty good. This Rumbler is a little weaker, but honestly not that much. The difference between these two units must be like 1 or 2 pieces of upgraded gear. Let's see if we can kill this army, and that way we'll know exactly where we stand down here in the south. So, we lead with our good army. And remember that this is not necessarily the actual order of initiative. When the first turn starts, our units will recalculate their initiative value based on their morale value. It's part of being Allayi. And so our units may shift. If we group them up tightly, our units will probably shift up in the initiative order. How far apart are we on this? This guy has 42. Our guys have 31. And we get plus 15% initiative per point of morale. So 15% for these guys is 4.5-ish. It's in the neighborhood of 4. Actually, the game does track the decimal, so we would need 3 points of morale to push above the Necrodrones. And I assume these guys have very similar, yeah, 43. So if we play in a tight group, a lot of us actually will end up with... Where are the Necrodrones? He's placed one up here and one down there. We could blitz this one down. I think this has got to be the plan. Let's try to kill this Necrodrone before it gets to act. So yeah, tight grouping, push a couple of guys up the initiative order. Oh, we also have people coming in that have higher initiative. Yep, everybody's focusing up correctly. You should go to here, because you can fly. Alright, and then other people. We can pretty much ignore the foragers. Right, they do 34 damage, and, well, they have 91 attack. You know, the morale is actually making them a little tougher. The thing is, I really want to take out this Necrodrone next, but with our units who go before the Necrodrone, they won't be able to reach it, obviously, so we just need to move them sort of forward. The units that go after the Necrodrone should feel free to target it. Yeah, you can target it. You actually can target it. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. I do not think that this will be a battle without casualties on our side. We're definitely going to see some blood get drawn here. Seems like the animations are playing out a little slower than usual. But I don't think we'll lose much. If we can get the Necrodrones under control, then the only dangerous units are the Rumblers, and Rumblers are dangerous when fighting lots of grouped up guys because of their beam attack, but they're also slow and not terribly difficult to control. Yeah, see, that hurts. So you guys down here should focus on this guy. Try to get on that if you can. You also... And then, yeah, their beam thing doesn't work if they're when they're counterattacking. So as long as we have somebody break off and hit them, we can control them. And they're slow enough that they're not going to be able to race ahead of us on that. Yeah, we've got some people dropping low already. It's important to control the circumstances, the situation of the fight as best you can. Come on, finish them off. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Necrodrones are down. The Rumblers, unfortunately, are still in great shape. Alright, we have to figure out how to finish this off. The Forager will get killed by somebody at some point. Alright, who's first? This guy is first. Yeah, so you, having very low health, should come up here and fight this guy. He's already spent his counterattack, so you won't take any more damage. Where is this? Yeah, you should go after him. You're not going to get there. He's going to do whatever he wants, probably. Yeah, this is pretty good. We just got to keep these guys occupied so they don't get to pick targets. Also, it's worth noting that they get the disease from the necrophages because they are biological non-necrophage units. It's actually kind of awkward to work in minor factions with your necrophage army. Alright, finish him off. Oh, that guy wants to kill the Forager. Well, that's annoying. Can we please get rid of this Rumbler? Oh, and we have to keep giving the heroes, the Allayi heroes, explicit orders because they're stupid. I always forget about that. Alright, you have to go. Go fight somebody. Do something of value. And the good news is, there's no chance of our hero getting the disease because he refuses to participate in combat. That was a pretty good heal from the Draken there. He's thinking. So what have we lost? We lost one guy right here. Is that the only person who's died in our army? It was a monk. It was a real unit, but I think that might have been our only casualty. Yeah. So that was pretty thorough. I mean, I know people don't like the resource overlay. I don't need it to be on. Okay, so yeah, +5 defense on your units, whatever, it's fine. I apologize if I sound stuffy. I didn't post an episode yesterday because I was starting to sound so bad. In case you were curious why I don't do live streams, that's why, because sometimes my stuff acts up and I sound terrible. But it's been like this for over 24 hours now, and I wanted to post something, so I apologize if I sound crappy. But I thought it was better to sound crappy than to not put out a thing at all. So let's give this other monk that we have sitting around, reinforce this army. And now I guess we just push north. We can catch the bad guys as they come in. Hopefully we won't have to deal with another army coming in from red territory. That was that caught me off guard. These guys are healing very slowly. Is there something I could do about this? I guess they're not healing that slowly. It's just that it's been 20 minutes and only one turn. Alright, yeah, that's fine. It's not so much that they're healing slowly as that I'm playing slowly. Alright, so we'll start moving north like this. Oh, never mind, fall back. Guys coming in from two different directions. So this is an actual army. And here we have a Necrodrone 5. These are the really upgraded ones. This guy's actually fairly dangerous. Let's... These guys are being annoying. I think we may be settling here just because it's the space we can move into. Yeah, that's pretty bad values. This would be better. You know what? I'm going to delay it. I'm going to try to get them to move. I want this space, really. Alright. I don't know if it's better to have this guy keep hunting for pearls, or if I should have him try to help with this. Well, I mean, we may as well come get these pearls anyway. You just keep doing your thing. You just, honestly, wait. They're coming to us. So we do want to make some more money. We do need to hire a hero for the new city, because that'll help with our approval right away. Another person to hold a Delver ring. Yeah, I guess we just wait for them to come to us. I don't know that going on the offensive is of any value at all here. Okay, armies now regenerate as they should. That's kind of what I thought was happening. So, in the wake of him losing another army, how does he feel about a truce? He feels less like a truce than before. He thinks he's got a shot now. Okay. Come and get it, I guess. Oh, his army is separated. Can we grab this guy? Now we're gonna have to wait till next turn. We can kill these guys. Are they all 5s? Yeah, they're all upgraded, but there's only 3 of them. I'm hoping that maybe if I put the Seeker up here, it'll cause these guys to try to come fight it. Is this army... No, this army is... They keep doing this. They keep making these armies that are mostly necrophages and then throwing a rumbler in, and it completely destroys the army's mobility. They can't move up cliffs anymore. It's just terrible play. And we're going to stand over here. We're going to be close, but not, hopefully, accessible. Alright, let's try to get these guys before they can get away, or before anybody else can get close. Alright. What's happening up here? Alright, let's take care of this. They might retreat? Yeah, okay. And we want to try to be next to them as much as that is possible. Oh, they're just gonna... Okay. Alright. And now these guys want to fight. So you'll notice from this that it does not consider the defending army, or the reinforcements, when drawing the little circle. It just shows the main armies, and obviously our main army is unimpressive. Alright, so we have some pretty poor health levels, but we do have a little bit of fortification. We get to eat the first attack they send at us, basically. These guys have sweep strike back, but they do not have circular attack. So as long as they swing, they're actually a little bit less dangerous. How do we want to position? We definitely want somebody in the city to take advantage of all that morale. being down the cliff doesn't really matter for the monk, but it might cause the rumbler to make a bad move. Actually, the monk's gonna fly up anyway. It doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter. All right, so he has a 253 health and a 278 health, who is one level higher. Let's focus on the 253 guy. Everybody get him. Have to make sure we give the hero manual orders, because otherwise who knows what he'll do. Well, apparently what he'll do is defend himself. That's fine. Alright, yeah. Superior numbers are worth a lot. This guy's troops are definitely better than our troops, but there's so few of them. So who has high health? Whoever has the highest health is on Rumbler duty. Ooh, 129. That hurts. Oh no. We don't quite get him. Well, that's going to be another dead troop on our part. So we actually lost a lot this battle. We obliterate their army, but we took some. We lost 2 guys there. Yeah, and 1 guy's on a sliver of health. Our hero's on a sliver of health. It's not a resounding victory. Certainly not what I was hoping for. We need to reinforce this army quickly or fall back. If we have to surrender Freyheim back to them, it's not the end of the world, I think. So let us... We have enough strategics that we can pump out a couple of real monks. I think it behooves us to do that. 3 turns, that is acceptable to me. I really think Varys should just keep growing. Alright, so far this war is going pretty well, but it's obviously not perfectly ideal. Alright, is this guy... He is slightly above half health, so he will survive a retreat. I'm hoping that this draws the Seekers off, or the annoying guys off of the space that we want to settle on. If they don't move, we'll just have to pick a new space to settle on next turn. And we're going to grab these guys before they have a chance to move, and before reinforcements have a chance to move into them. They probably will not retreat this time, because it would leave them with some dead units. Actually, they've regenerated enough that they wouldn't have died. What's this other battle? Okay, good. They went for it, so that's cool. We'll have that's something to look forward to after this battle. So by putting themselves in a position to have to retreat, they really made this battle pretty easy for us. I kind of want to position my guys so that we don't have initiative, because we'll take fewer losses if they're attacking instead of counter-attacking, I think. Or maybe I'm being stupid. Well, let's keep the wounded troops back. I think this should be fine. You should probably be here. There we go. Let's make them, let them come into us and then just surround and crush them. And somebody with high health gets to be on Rumbler duty. Here, we'll put a couple of people targeting the Rumbler just in case. Oh wow, they countered my strategy by not attacking us. I could not have foreseen this. That heal is actually for a pretty significant value. Alright, well, I think that's about the end of that. Yeah, the disease makes it tough to wage a long campaign because your troops take a ton of just, like, attrition. Not even from the necrophages hitting you, just from being in battle with them. That guy's gonna die. He needs heals. Yeah, he's dead. Crap. Because his turn is before the healer's turn, so he'll take his disease damage before he can be healed. Yeah. Bummer. It's way, way easier to fight the necrophages with ranged units, because they only spread the disease onto people who get adjacent to them. Oh wow, he's just going right for it. Okay, well. Let's go handle this. Alright, alright. They freed up my spot. Mine is 75. Oh, right, because the city's sieged, so its outputs are all screwy. Okay, Atalu, you have a lot of basic stuff to build. Yeah, we have to rush complete at least the foundry. And honestly, I'm going to rush complete this too. Stop the city from screwing up our empire-wide approval too much. Alright, so that's resolved. Everybody's got stuff that they're doing. Let's handle this. This one's going to be a little tougher. Two of these necro drones are the smaller kind, but still that they're not like they're not inconsequential. They're not like those foragers. These are still real damage values. They are attacking a city that has a fair amount of fortification, though. So this guy is the primary target. He is by far the most dangerous. Where are our reinforcement flags? Here and here. Okay. I'm trying to figure out, for the first turn, what do we do? Oh, actually, we might want to sit in the city just to take advantage of the morale. I think the militia are just gonna get hit a lot, basically. But this guy right here is by far the most dangerous troop on the field. On the plus side, he moves up at the start of the battle. Gives us much easier access to him. Alright, militia, this is what you were made for. Just live. Just to take hits and survive, basically. Oh, I'm a huge idiot, and I didn't move the hero. Just blocking up a reinforcement position. Yep, and now they're trying to lock them in place. Slow down my reinforcements. Well, they're making it basically impossible for themselves to conquer the city here. But they are making it more likely that they will successfully inflict damage. Ow. So the way the beam attack works, if you're not familiar, is when these guys attack, it deals damage to the target, and then the space behind the target, and then the space behind that in a straight line. It doesn't work on counterattack, so if you hit them first, they lose the capacity for it, basically. Kill this guy. Just move. Just get off of that space. Really? You had to move there and then stop? You couldn't have moved adjacent? Alright, well he still got out of it. That's good. Ow. Okay, so we need to finish up these. I'm not sure what's taking so long in these necrophages. I'm not sure why this monk only moved one space. He has flight. It's theoretically pretty versatile, pretty quick. Actually, we'll have him move here, just so that in the future when he auto-paths, he's not trying to path through the middle of the unit. Or through the middle of the battle, rather. So let's try to... Yeah, this should be good. That should be enough damage on those Necro drones to finish them off, I think. Well, if we deal zeros, that's going to complicate things. There we go. Ooh, that was fun. We should probably get our hero back to healing, honestly. Offense is almost always better than defense, but his offense is so poor that... Yeah, just start healing people. I'm actually pretty happy with the targeting. We're doing just enough splitting off that we're keeping the Rumblers from being able to employ their beam attacks. We've taken down all of the dangerous enemies. And now this guy's lost, what, 12 troops in 2 turns? Ah, damn Allayi hero AI. Well, he's not going to be in range to participate in the battle. I do wish they would patch that. It's not a ranged hero problem in general. If you have Wild Walker or Vaulter heroes, you'll notice they don't do it. It's just the Allayi ranged heroes, and I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure if it happens when they're in dark form. I know that it happens in light form, but I think every instance of it that I've seen has been in light form. Okay, did we lose anybody? I don't think so, right? Yeah, not even a militia. A complete and total rout. This is great. We're getting a lot of XP on our heroes. Okay, so where are we at approval-wise? Yeah, we're content. That's fine. This will push us up into happy as well as fixing our minor gold issue. I'm really glad we have Delvers assimilated for a lot of reasons at this moment. So this army is same as the last one. These guys are actually going to start losing. We have to get them reinforced. This isn't totally ideal, but let's send the Seekers up. Sort of a stopgap. And the Seekers are fast enough to actually get there. Hopefully. Yeah, we don't have good roads in a lot of our territory yet. That's not helping. I wish we had some teleportation right now. But on the whole, I don't think things are going too badly. Tychus needs to finish this workshop, but they also need to hurry up and get back on army production, because all that surplus that we built up has been bled off, basically. We're starting to run low on troops again. How's he feeling right now? He's definitely lost this war, like, so far. Wow, he's no desire for truce at all. Alright, well, we'll keep fighting. If I can bleed enough troops off of him that he has trouble making pushes at Tychus from the north, then we can potentially push further into his territory and maybe take Aramon. I would keep Aramon. Aramon looks like a good region. Dye and Titanium and Palladian and Moonleaf. Yeah. Freyheim. Kind of unimpressive. Not really that great. Okay, let's keep playing the video game, shall we? Instead of just looking at everything. Oh, okay. So we have a little bit of adamantium to play with. Who gets the upgrades? Probably... My concern is that if I upgrade these guys, they might just die and lose all of our resources. But I think they may need the upgrades. Well, let's... The hero. The hero, definitely. Because the hero cannot die. So a nice tier 1 adamantium crossbow. This gives... Actually, he's a little out of date. So this is 10 defense, 10% health. This is 14 defense, 15% health. I think it's not worth the extra strategics. And then, of course, this stuff. I'm not gonna... We're a little short on dust right now. Let's not push that. So if we upgrade... We're short glass steel right now. So we want to upgrade this design. Because we can still build an other monk or two. So let's say we take you to Infantry Slayer 4. 11. Oof. These two-handed weapons, man. And then, of course, modernize the armor a little bit. Alright. I'm so nervous about losing the little bit of adamantium we have available to us. It's going to be 5 turns before we have smelting stations. I don't want to just give them back for aim. This guy has 4 move. I want to try to be in a place where it's awkward for him to come get me. The city has started to rebuild its militia. That's good. Industry is so low here that there's no sense in trying to make troops. We could buy out troops if we had more dust. I could refocus Tychest on dust. How many turns does that add to the... That adds 1 turn to the workshop. I'll do it. Yeah, that's fine. So what would it cost to buy such a troop? Let's say one of these. 635. Okay, that's actually that's not a number we can't get to, right? It's a little high. It's not too bad. We may have to start moving this army north, though. I hate how many troops he has. He's able to really just hammer us. His troops are not as good as ours, it turns out. Looking at the numbers, you would think they'd be better, but there's something about the way they're being applied that's not really working out. This guy has so little health. Let's... Man. I'm gonna do it. We're going to try our damnedest to keep this army alive. We are not sacrificing them. Boy, I don't know if this is a good plan. So what is it that these guys wanted? I've already forgotten. Oh, yeah. Equip it on a hero and return to the eyeless ones in glory. Right. Did I equip that already? Does he have it? Yes. I just need to... find some time to get him over here. Because if I could assimilate these guys, we would get straight up just 15 approval. 15 Empire-wide approval. And eyeless ones, I probably would not build a lot of them, but having 15 approval would be awesome. We need a strong ranged unit. It would make fighting the Necros a lot easier. We actually could change this. Right, we could... I like the extra dust, but we got the most important thing from them. We could switch over to Hernas and start building Hernas. Like I said, Hernas have any ranged unit has a little bit of an edge against the Necrophages, because any Necrophage unit that dies before it can get adjacent to deliver its poison is a good thing. Well, it's not worth doing right now because I don't have time to build the Hernas up, but this will just have to do. So you should go and I don't know, head up here. Probably not through the land because you'll get killed. All right. Everybody has orders. Just go north. Go north as fast as you can go. Oh, no. Turn around. They're going for the city. You gotta be in range. Alright, here we go. We have 66 points of fortification. And we have fancy new weapons. This is actually a little more difficult because the fact that there's a point of militia in the city now means that our army is not the initial defender. The militia is the initial defender, and the army has to funnel in. So we'll be at full strength next turn, but they're gonna have a turn of basically getting to rain havoc for free. What do I think this guy's gonna do? He's not gonna stay put. He's gonna move. Yeah, let's just focus up on him, and then if the militia has not been attacked yet, it can distract the rumbler. Oh, I was wrong. I thought this guy was going to surge forward. Oh, the stun, that sucks. Okay. Actually, no, you know what? Focus up. This is the injured one. This is the one we can kill. Ooh, 131. These guys are not gentle. Okay, we're kind of getting our asses kicked here. Sort of doesn't matter what targets we assign because we're not getting to choose. And we're losing those fine adamantium weapons at an alarming rate. Well, I can't imagine that this would have been a successful defense without the weapons, but that was that was not great. How much to buy him back? 390. So, not even next turn, actually. Yeah, that's bad. Blue lost another army, but we lost a much more important army. We lost an army that's, like, completely vital to us. Hey, how about some... Well... It's a little closer to wanting truce. It's pretty bad. Alright, well, I think this is where we're going to call it for this episode. Come back next time. We're going to continue this horrible grinding war against these terrifying bug monsters. Hey, somebody should maybe back... You know what? Never mind. I was going to say maybe we can convince Red to, like, backdoor here. Since Blue has... so much of their force focused on us, but I don't actually want Red getting any bigger. Yeah, Red's dealing with Pink. Which is sort of bad for us, because Red will run away, but it's also good for us, because otherwise Pink was going to attack us. That's frustrating. It's a tough tension to deal with. Anyway, come back next time. Horrible grinding war. Deaths, blood. Ugh. We'll see you then.